Greetings, my name is Chamomile, and this is an exploration of the entire galaxy sector by sector. Today, we're talking about the Dalchon Sector, an Outer Rim sector in 14th Red Tail's command. The Dalchon Sector is ruled by the Pakithib Protectorate, de facto capital out of the Pakithib homeworld of Shemia. The Pakithib are an elephantine species with stubby little legs. Pakithib who venture beyond the Dalchon Sector usually get cyber legs so they can stand eye to eye with humanoids. There are some studies that height differences do make a significant difference in how you're perceived by others, and being about 3 feet tall means the Pakithib can be hit particularly hard by this. But their very stocky builds means that if you slap some cyber leg prostheses on the bottom and then put some trousers on over them, they look pretty normally proportioned. The sector is named after Dalchon, but Dalchon isn't even a major world. The official sector names that you see on maps are usually determined by some early or old Republic bureaucrat, so don't be surprised when they're named after some planet no one's ever heard of. Dalchon is a fuel stop between Christophsis and Ryloth. It's on the Corellian Run, and that's not nothing, but Shemia is the center of the Dalchon Sector. In the High Republic era, this sector was a flashpoint between the Nihil Raiders of the Outer Rim and the Jedi who were trying to expand the prosperity and universal sentient rights that the Republic had long brought to the core and Inner Rim out into the Outer Rim worlds. The brutal Nihil Raiders ran rampant in an occlusion zone across about a dozen sectors in the Outer Rim, pillaging effectively unopposed. Dalchon Sector wasn't in this occlusion zone, but it was close enough that the Nihil raided there frequently, and the Pakithib relied on the Jedi to keep minor worlds of the sector like the Ag world of Minos III safe from the Raiders, with mixed results. That's it for verified information on the Dalchon Sector, but it's the Outer Rim, so of course there's rumors and legends. In this case, a ton of them. It's said that the Qadira had a major colony world in Arapia in the Dalchon Sector, that in fact, this colony of Arapia had become effectively their home planet after their original home planet was lost in time immemorial. The Qadira are a many-legged arthropodic species, very unlike the humanoid anatomy that most sentients throughout the galaxy tend to converge on, but the galaxy has definitely seen stranger species like the Colicoids. If you're wondering why the existence of this species at all could possibly be in question, it's because the Empire allegedly killed so many of them that the population of Arapia dropped from about 100 million to less than 20,000. This is the same Empire that sterilized Geonosis and blew up Alderaan entirely, so that sounds plausible to me. Orvax IV had long been a stronghold of the Outer Rim slave trade, ever since the High Republic's efforts to bring justice to the Rim fell apart. Slavery was officially illegal under Imperial law, a holdover from the Republic, but slavery is defined as holding a sentient being as chattel, and the Empire played pretty fast and loose with who got to be counted as sentient. Red Tail's command in particular was a hub of the slave trade. The Moff was in bed with the Zygerians and basically threw Ryloth open to them. Other slaver strongholds like Orvax also entrenched themselves in this era, not that they needed much help after the wreck this part of the galaxy was left in following the Clone Wars. Plus, there's the usual procession of minor planets with less than 1 million inhabitants. A starport here that's banned the sale of alcohol, a forest world there with a famous tree that looks like 2 kissing lovers, Nysa III, where the Empire was building a communications bunker before a rebel strike team took them out, Juma 9, where a space station was used as a staging area by the Grand Army of the Republic during the Clone Wars. Lots of little stuff like that. I'd be interested in seeing more research into this sector, especially how the Pakithib Protectorate and Orvax IV talk about each other. Are the Pakithib Protectorate as helpless to clamp down on the Orvax slavers as they were the Nihil back in the High Republic days? Or do they just think of it as being not their problem? The Pakithib Protectorate is a Republic sector government, but it's also pretty explicitly a government by and for aliens. The Republic's basic protections of sentient rights still would have applied, so it's not like the Pakithib were running a terror state over there, but I can't imagine the Empire was a fan of that branding, and a sector right on the Corellian Run like that would have had a hard time flying under the radar, even if it is in the Outer Rim. They were Republic loyalists in the Clone Wars, though, at least enough so that the Grand Army had fortifications and supply depots in the sector. The Empire got away with a lot of repression of aliens on the grounds that they were separatists, like the sterilization of Geonosis, but that didn't work out for everyone. The Wookiees were key allies of the Republic in the Clone Wars, but 10 or 15 years into the Imperial era, the Empire turned on them. How did the Empire treat the Pakithib? How did the Pakithib Protectorate react to Orvax IV in the late Republic, Imperial, and New Republic eras? No one seems to know. I guess it's a flyover sector.